guess, to everyone. I'm Ada from Pause and Rock, and today we have with us Espen Winther. We did an interview before, but we're giving a huge welcome back. How are you, Espen?
Thank you. I'm fine. I'm looking forward to talking to you.
And just let's dig more about your music and your personal career as well. So I wanted to ask you how, Espen, because of course you have an amazing background from cultural, the luthier, but as well musical. So how everything started?
Oh, yeah. I mentioned I was getting older and my memory is fading. I think it started when I was around 6 or 7. I got my first cassette player to listen to my music. And I think I bought Kiss.
Oh, Kiss.
A cassette with Kiss. And after that, I just listened to music for some years, and suddenly I found my mother's old guitar. And I started, maybe not playing, but making sounds on the guitar at least. And then we have a Norwegian singer-songwriter called Lillebjørn Nilsen, and he has written a guitar book. And I think 90% of all guitar players in Norway has used that book to learn the first steps. So I learned my first steps on that.
You started with guitar?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Guitar.
Yeah.
And then it was guitar for some years, and we were a few young boys where I lived as a child. We started playing together a little bit, and we had a band called Twilight Zone.
Okay.
It was totally 80s hair rock.
Amazing, like the stamp of Whitesnake or something like that.
No, absolutely not. We were not in that on that level.
But I mean, like the sound, the genre was oriented towards that.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. We were eager to play, and we played whatever we made. We made our own music and played a couple of cover songs. And then there I was playing bass in that band. So my first instrument is bass. That's I would call the bass my main instrument.
Really? I mean, like when you were a teenager, a kid, or in general, like is your main?
In general.
That's cool. I mean,
I consider myself as a bass player.
I mean,
I played the drums, and I don't think that was very successful. Don't think I'm a good batterist. I like to play one drum. I think I'm good at playing one drum, but many drums, no, that's not too many things to worry about.
Yeah, it's true.
I played drums, and I played bass, and I played guitar, and sung in a band, and I have sung in a band. So I think I've done every step of a
you cover each role of a musician inside.
Yeah. Yes. I'm a complete musician.
Polyandric, no, that's for sure, totally, because as well, like you moving, I think, forward, you get in touch with like the more traditional instrument. So.
Yeah, I like playing instruments.
And created as well.
Yeah, and I like making instruments.
Yeah.
But I found to make music, now I speak about traditional rock and roll music. I like to make the music on the bass. Yeah. I find it easier to make riffs and to get a good groove with the bass.
Yeah.
And then I transform it and put it over to the guitar.
To the guitar.
Yeah.
So
I love playing bass.
So which type, like we can say, for example, like this traditional rock and roll influence, like apart Kiss?
What I listen to?
Yeah, I mean, like you say, traditional rock and roll could be, I don't know, Johnny Cash or something, blues.
I have my mother listened to a lot of Elvis and Roger Whittaker. Not exactly rock and roll there, but Elvis was rock and roll. And my father was listening to Johnny Cash, and both of them listened to Dr. Hook. I really love the old Dr. Hook things, and I think it's amazing they actually succeeded in making any concerts because they were stoned and drunk out of their minds.
Yeah, Johnny Cash as well, a lot, I guess.
So I think it's a sign of good musician if you can play if you don't remember what you played.
Yeah, well, if we took, for example, like a Lemmy.
Yeah, but he I don't think was he ever affected by all the things he put in his body.
He was already by that. I think he was born with all.
Yeah, he fell in the pot when he was small.
Yeah,
yeah, it's amazing. I've tried smoking a couple of times and I forget everything. So it's impossible. I have a couple of beers before I play, and that's it, because I forget everything. So I need to stay quite
sober, like
quite clear.
vigilant.
Yeah.
I mean, but I started as well. Like, of course, like I mentioned before, you create your own instrument, like that you're playing for, actually. How you discover this talent? Because you are, I mean, you are really good. I mean, you're at a talent to building all these amazing instruments.
I think it's a big part curiosity, and I must have inherited some skills from my father and my grandfathers, because they made everything, and I fixed when I drove a moped, I fix everything, and I fix all my old cars. So it's part curiosity to figure out how things work, and the part interest, and part it's too expensive to get someone else to fix it.
Yeah, or to make it for you. Yeah, of course. Yeah, but like, for example, I saw by my own when someone was building, crafting and building a tagalharpa, for example. It's a long process, and you should know better. Yeah.
Yes, it is, and I think because Thomas in Eldrim made some instruments, and then I thought maybe I should try. And I really wanted a big tagalharpa to make a deep sound.
Which is the best tagalharpa, the bass tagalharpa.
Yeah.
Okay. The one that I need.
We needed deeper sound because we don't have any bass in the band.
Okay.
So I thought, oh, why not try? And I think I was quite successful with it, and that's why it inspired me to make more instruments. And I don't have the money to pay for one. So.
Which is amazing. I would have this skill too. I mean, I would be surrounded by like you with all the instruments. But you like doing this, of course, crafting, and yet you just did some research as well, like to create it, like you're following as well. I mean, you keep creating the instrument, like can say on the bass, like for example, how it should be, or as well you allow yourself to put a little bit of your own creativity on it to try. Because for example, I know that tagalharpa could have 3-4 string, depends.
Yeah, I just wanted a deep instrument, and I hadn't, from my Googling, I didn't find anyone that could fill that need, and so I just drew a sketch and thought, oh, that looks quite okay. So I needed a bigger body, a deeper body for it to breathe better. And I just tried and succeeded.
Yeah, and in your opinion, because a lot of people right now, they are, I don't know, because it's for this wave of folk that we are having in the world, we can say, everyone is starting completely, because I mean, to play tagalarpa, to play bass tagalarpa, to play arps, lyre, and all these things. In your opinion, especially going for the tagalarpa, that's my. I thought everyone told me, because I'm a bass player too, to start with the bass tagalarpa, the bowed lyre, which is supposed to have, you know, a deeper sound. But I went straight forward to buy the normal tagalarpa, which I regretted because it's too much higher. So if you, in your opinion, for someone that is starting to really play, for example, tagalarpa, which would be the best? Started with the simple tagalarpa or the bowed?
I think there's a because if it's too small, it's very hard to play it, and if it's too big, like because the one I built is, it's not easy to play melodies. You can play melodies on the two brighter strings, but the deep string doesn't. It just want to play the deep.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think maybe something in between.
Okay.
Again, Thomas, the one he is playing is, I'm not sure of the size, but it creates really good sound, and it's quite easy to play. Although tagalharpa is not an easy instrument to start playing, because it takes forever to get a nice sound. That's why I call the instruments the names they have, the first sound they made, because the bass tagalharpa is called gnord, and gnord means nagging.
Nagging.
Yeah, and it sounded like it nagged. It was complaining about something.
Yeah,
the first stroke. I don't want to play. that's why it's called gnord.
But tagalarpa is the opposite. It's too much high sometimes.
Yeah. But yeah, it's if you want to play melodies, you need something in between, not very small and not very long, because you need the right frequencies on the strings.
Yeah.
And if you want to try, buy one with 4 strings, take away one of the strings. If you think 4 strings are too many, just take away one of the strings and start with 3.
Yeah,
I'm not playing very, because our music isn't made for happy tagalharpa playing, so we are playing quite easy melodies.
That's a good,
and that's not really traditional. It's not because when you hear the tagalharpa players, they are really playing like dancing music.
That's almost remind the medieval saltarello.
Yeah.
Almost, yeah. But it's just like, for example, but many people that are connecting with this type of music, they are looking for the slower and the deeper sound.
Yeah.
Because I think that's a mistake as well, because instead of, you know, focusing or trying your own sound, they want to copy the bands like already existing. Like I do that cover. It's not like I bought the instrument for do my own music. Because I want to cover. It's like when you have we can say the tagalarpa became the new guitar.
Yeah, it's true, and it's really hard, because we in Eldrim we are trying to keep it down, to keep it simple, but then at least I have sounds in my head that I want to incorporate into the music, and then suddenly it starts sounding bigger. So and then no, we are starting to sound like them and them or them. And we are trying to keep it down, but it's not really easy.
Yeah, but you don't sound like you. I mean, Eldrim doesn't sound like others. I mean, I think each band sounds different, you know, even in the small things. But I remember when I found, because your band was the first actually Eldrim was the first band in the folk scene years ago that I found out by myself. I didn't know even the existence of Heilung Vardruna. No one. It was just Eldrim with Kvile. That the only one was out for me, and that's one what I was listening, and that's what I liked. The deeper sound that Eldrim has, this deeper sound, slow, peaceful, almost sad, melancholic, but peaceful. So
I think that, and we're really trying hard to keep it that way, because I think it's so. If we add too much sound to it, it will be like a movie music or something, and we don't want to go there. But it's hard to, because we have now started to add some drone sounds with the keyboard.
Okay.
And it scares me because, oh, are we really going away from
Your origins,
what we are? Because
yeah.
I like simple. I like Eldrim to be simple, with simple lyrics and simple sounds, to maybe to try to present the lyrics and the feeling a little more.
Yeah, because that when you feel like, when I listen a lot, it was even my alarm clock for a little while, drum. That was because it's calm, it's peaceful, and that's what is, I mean, the essence and the core. But of course, I think like music, evolves, change, you have so many new ideas. So as well, like when we did the first interview back in the 2020 pandemic, awful year, it was just, I mean, from that, of course, you performed last year at Midgårdsblot. How did it go coming back again to, I mean, because I think you did not, you played only at Midgårdsblot, or did you have access as well some market where you played?
No, we haven't played so many places, and we were supposed to, but then suddenly the virus came and stopped a few gigs. And I think I love playing at Midgårdsblot, and we played inside the hall. I love playing inside the hall, but sadly there were so many people. It was crowded, so there were
on the stage.
There were too many people not coming into the hall.
Yeah.
So I think we are not allowed to play inside the hall anymore.
But as Eldrim, are you gonna perform in this year? Like there will be the chance to see you perform this year, or some
I think so.
Or a Midgårdsblot itself as well.
Yeah, I think so, because not that we really expect it, maybe, or actually we do, because we've been there every year in some form.
Yeah.
So maybe we have become a part of Midgårdsblot, like folket bortafor Nordavinden.
Yeah, Benny.
Yeah, so it's almost a tradition. So I really hope, and I think we will play this year.
Yeah.
Our problem is, like, I think every band, they want to play while it's dark.
Yeah.
And we're still a local band, so I'm not sure we are given that opportunity. I hope we are going to play in the dark, but we'll see.
But you're going to, of course, I saw that was some small release here and there, like that this is the first scratch of this of a new song. So what is going on in Eldrim music, Eldrim world sounds? What is going on?
We are working in studio. We are luckily we have two of our members have professional studios, so we can go there when we want. And maybe that's the problem too, because we can go when we want. We don't have a time schedule.
Okay, so it's the time gets more like a larger amount of time.
Yeah, it flows a bit. It's rolling slow, but we are getting there. We are almost finished with the drums.
Okay.
And some of the lyre.
Okay.
So we are. I think we have. I'm not sure how many songs, but I think it's 9 or 10 songs that are being recorded
already. So for a full length release.
Yeah. So we hope we are finished before summer.
That's amazing. I mean, I'm looking forward to hear that, so I can put a new alarm clock on. But what would be the difference? Of course, which are the difference, because they already, like you said, many recorded already from Kvile. Is that right? It's called Kvile? Help me with the pronunciation. I want to learn Norwegian, but help me.
What Kvile means?
Yeah, I mean, if that there are some differences as well, like from Kvile to the new recordings. What is mainly changing as well lyrically?
Hvile is story. All songs are one story.
Okay.
The next album is separate stories. So every song is a small story, but it's still we are really not very religious people in Eldrim, but we like to make stories. I place, when I write, I place my music, my feelings, try to place it 1,000 years ago. How would I cope with that then?
Okay.
So I try to imagine everyday life, how it could have been, and it's still about love and death, and I think maybe it's the same, much of the same stories, but told in smaller pieces.
Like
I think every piece is more heart grabbing.
But I mean, this is as well, I think, a difference from other, we can say other musician and bands out there, because mainly like they, like you know better than me, they focus, we can say the biggest or the small, anyone, they focus more like, you know, like these myths, legends, say too much in the bigger scenario of this mythology that I think it's gone. The mythology things a little for a while now it's more focused about the folk, with the nature and the spirituality. So keeping you know, this type of lyrics and topics like love, daily life, something like that, affection, is something that maybe can feel the difference from Eldrim to other folkish.
Yeah, maybe because we are not seeing, we are maybe not looking at the big stories. We are keeping it close and personal. We try to keep it close and personal. Yeah. And there are many stories one could tell in. I mean, we have at least 30 songs. So we have enough material for
2 or 3 releases.
Yeah.
For 3 years, for 10 years.
And every story is sad. So
I mean, if the sound is deep and the sound is a little bit of melancholy, you have what you have to put, like the sun is shining and the birds are singing, you put something deep as well and sad. But that's the beauty of it. Like, you know, when just like when you're, I don't know, you are outside and there's raining in front of a lake, let's say like that, like a melancholic day, like a gray sky. That's the beauty as well on it. And I remember like when we did the first interview that we spoke, there was like 2 sides of Eldrim. The one that were playing in the market and the one that were more like a band, like in the studio. It's still like that.
No, we have we are now only concentrating on making music for stage, and so we need sound and lights and stage.
So now it's Eldrim, like, I don't want to say stage band, but it's more like one side.
Yeah. Okay. It was too much to concentrate about two. It was like 2 bands, so and it took too much energy. And I want to concentrate on the sad stuff.
But sad stuff saying laughing, so with smile. It's a kind of a little paradox.
Yeah, but it's like a filter.
Yeah.
It's like it's like a punching bag, maybe.
Yeah.
To get some of the filth, some of the darkness out. I kind of need to, I need to write it and feel it, and just to keep happy, I think.
Yeah. But of course, like you said, you as well. But because I saw the video of last year, but you did not only perform with Eldrim, you were like basically as well. I mean, I don't know if it's something that, I mean, I want to be, I was supposed to be a Megaplot last year. I don't want to think about that because I was craving. So everyone, I had the pass, I was accredited, but my friend was there and I wasn't. So I was supposed to be there enjoying the company of every one of you, Runa Hill, Shell, and I was. So I was seeing all this live, and of course I saw that you maybe were performing at the same time with Runa Hill, like, you know, sharing all this musical experience. And upon that, I mean, I'm dreaming about.
It's magic because and Midgårdsblot is a beautiful festival. Yeah, and I love playing with Benny and Folke bortafor Nordavinden, and I played with Kjell, and I love him too. So
yeah, it's such a big, it's like a huge family.
Yeah.
And
like when I was young, there was kind of a competition between every band in at least this place, and in the folk scene, there seems to be everybody are friends.
Yeah, and that's
I hope.
No, I think it is. I mean, I'm talking about mainly everyone, like, and I'm seeing this, you know, this simplicity, really, like this simple way of people being like, don't judging, don't accepting everyone, just be yourself. That's what Benny said to me when I told I was come to being about how I should act. Just be yourself. Just let all the problems be you. Not easy.
Yeah. Yes, and I see when people ask questions on the Midgårdsblot official page on Facebook, everybody reassures them. Yeah, it's safe. You can come here. Everybody talks English. You need to come. Come.
I'll be by my own. So you can imagine for a woman coming, making a huge trouble alone. But they say all the time, don't worry. You just have friends everywhere. It's not a problem. Everyone is talking, it's friendly. There's no danger. It's not like, you know, the huge metal fest, like a Hellfest helped me. So I like this. And but as well, like one of the other, because like you're not only a musician, you're a polyedric artist because you're crafting instrument, you're making music, but you're as well a photographer. That's big, and your picture are amazing.
Thank you.
I think, I mean, how did you get in touch with photography, and how do you able to do such beautiful pictures and capture the as well the essence, this deep essence as well in the pictures?
Yeah, I think I got my first photo, what do you call it, camera when I was 10 maybe, just like a Kodak, like with a blue blitz
I
on
but yeah,
I think, and it started there, I think. And then I had some years with when I always brought a camera, and suddenly music took me, so I put the camera away for a while, and then suddenly it was digital, and everything was much easier. I didn't have to have a dark room or anything, so I just and I had some years with digital photo until the magic year 2012, when I was invited to Borre Viking Market to take photographs there, and then
always digital.
Okay. And then because the Viking Market is just Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but a whole weekdays before, they have courses, and so they teach each other. The Vikings teach each other different crafts, making shoes and jewelry, and workshops. So I was there. I drove my girlfriend then to work, and then I drove to Borre every day. So I was there when they woke up. The whole camp was waking up, lighting the fires and cooking coffee. So I talked to everybody and took some photographs.
That's good.
And I think it was on Saturday, early Saturday, or I think it was Saturday. I met Benny for the first time, I think, and he looked like he had a hard night before, but he was beautiful. So I can I please take a photo? And everybody said yes. So except one girl one Sunday morning. she didn't want to be shot. But he said he was a bit skeptical, but he said yes. And when after that day was over, I went straight to my office and loaded all the photos over to my computer, and I looked and looked and then I came to the picture of Benny, and I almost, because he was so, I wish I'd had it here just to show you.
Yeah.
But he was so beautiful in that picture. So I printed it out, and I went the day after I went to Borre, and the first guy I met was Kjell, Benny's brother.
Yeah.
And I showed him the photo, and he almost cried.
Yeah,
So,
because you did the picture for Shell for this album. I mean, you do a lot of picture. In fact, every time I have to do an interview and I'm taking pictures, but produced by Espen Winther.
Yeah. So I think that photo of Benny was the one that really started where or put me in my photo place as a photographer. This is how I need
like the main you can say start of the at least of the present time.
Yeah.
And
I don't think there were so many others taking that many pictures of Viking markets. So I traveled, and as I started uploading them to Facebook, I started getting requests. Oh, could you come here? Could you come to our market? So I traveled everywhere and shot Vikings, and it was magical.
Yeah.
And then I got the virus, and then I became a Viking myself.
Yeah, but it's beautiful because you can see from the picture, because you can see there is your touch in the photo. You have your style, your style of making photos, and with Nebala as well, Jonas, I can see that there is your touch. With Joshua, you did that as well. Joshua, I know, because everyone I remember, like I'm following your path, like photography. And that's an inspiration as well, because because like a photographer, it has his own eye, like with the lights, with everything. Sometimes you even don't need artificial horrible lights, but you go outside and you just you try to use what the nature and the things offer you, which is the best way of shooting, I think. But sometimes you use the light, which is horrible. But unfortunately, sometimes you need it.
At Viking markets, you have all the tents, all the white walls of the tents. They are perfect as backgrounds, and they are perfect reflectors. So
where is this? I'm gonna go there.
It's a perfect place to take photos.
Yeah, so just really just make it for the actual plan, because of course you said probably everyone that wants to see Eldrim or just having performing, you will be maybe at Mingersblot. We get the chance to see you there finally, and because I want to be there this summer. I have to be there, otherwise I'm gonna go insane, because I bought that and Tagalarp and everything to go to Mingersblot. It's years that I'm practicing. I went insane, and
I think almost everybody should at some point be at Midgårdsblot, because I think the festival makes people better people.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you for saying that. It's a motivational thing for me, like a new start, like a new beginning.
Yeah.
Because once it's part of you, like not only drumming, because I started with Tagalarp, like that was my instrument, but then when I started to practice as a naturopath, so doing some shamanic journey to the people that I was healing, I found myself better at drumming. Was like, what's wrong with me? And so you find your own journey as well. And I know that when I will be at Mingersblot, it will change as well. Yeah, and I want to be there. And I mean, I would just, Benny said to me, like, take your drum and join at the blot ritual. Like, of course, I'm there.
Yeah. You can stand and drum for 2 hours.
Yeah.
In the opening ceremony.
Yeah, that's amazing. So, and we will see the birth of the album, so the release of the album before Mingersblot.
I hope so. I really hope so. We have now spent a lot of time moving to a new rehearsal studio, And we have, I hope we have our first real rehearsal there tomorrow.
Okay.
We have spent a lot of time. We have changed from loudspeakers to in-ear.
Okay.
And we have had a couple of technical issues with that. So it has taken a lot of time, but tomorrow I have crossing my fingers for our first rehearsal in our new studio.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so, really. I want to.
You want to go there, of course. So, what can I say before everything goes up? Thank you very so much, Espen. See you this summer, finally, yeah. And let's have a play together, drunk, something, a drink or a coffee, which is better together. Thank you so much, always, Espen. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. See
Thank
you someday. Thank you so much. Have a good.
I lost my time.